Minshew mania is upon us once again, and this time it's against the Jaguars. Not only is it against the Jaguars, this one's in Jacksonville, where the Colts haven't won in so long. But Minshew going back, this is a revenge game for Gardner Minshew. And if you look at the Colts now, you look at the Colts in week one against the Jaguars, when this team still trying to figure it out. Anthony Richardson's first game almost beat the Jaguars, and coming in with Gardner Minshew, there's going to be a little extra juice in this one. If you look back at Gardner Minshew's career with the Jaguars, he was 7-16 as a starter with the Jaguars. One of those wins was in 2020 when he beat us in the first game of the season when we had Phillip Rivers, and then the Jaguars went on to lose every other game that season. So if you look here at 2019, Gardner's first year with Jacksonville, he ended up playing 14 games in that season, and he had 60.6% completion, 3,271 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 91.2 quarterback rating, which is graded up to 158.3. Right, and then in 2020, goes into that season, started for Jacksonville, and that's the season they went 1-15. That one win was the first week of the season against the Colts in Jacksonville. All right, the Colts ended up making the playoffs that season with Phillip Rivers, but Jacksonville, that was their only win that season. He ended up playing in 9 games during that season and was replaced at different times by Mike Glennon and Jake Luton. They were trying to figure it out at quarterback. Minshew ends up coming back in at the end of that season. And at the end of the day, he finished that season 66.1% completion percentage, 2,259 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with a 95.9 QBR. So overall, you look at Gardner Minshew with the Jaguars. He had a passer rating of 93.1 with 5,530 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions in 23 games. What that yardage comes out to per game is 240.4. And that's, if we get 240 yards out of Gardner every week, that's fine. With the way we run the ball, we'll be getting close to 400 yards or over 400 yards every game. So, his touchdown to interception ratio is also really good. So, as long as it stays, above 3.0, I'm good with it. And I think Gardner can be that guy for us, right? You look at what he's done for us this season. When he had to take over in the Houston game, he basically played 3 quarters. He goes 19 of 23, 171 yards and a touchdown. In the Baltimore game, where he played the entire game into overtime, 27 of 44. So a little bit lower on the completion percentage at 61.4 compared to 82.6, but he had 227 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. And you look at what he did against the Titans. Plays, 2.5 quarters or so, ends up 11 of 14, 155, which is a 78.6% completion percentage. Has no touchdowns, no interceptions, but Zach Moss did his thing. It was basically the Zach Moss game. But if you look at Gardner and what he's done as a whole for us so far this year, he's 57 of 83, which is 68.7% completion with 553 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And his quarterback rating right now for us is 95.1. So right now, he's playing well for us. He's playing within the offense. He's not turning the ball over. He's getting the ball out quick. That's what you can expect with Gardner Minshew. He's going to get the ball out quicker. It's going to be more short game. But he also showed against the Titans, he's willing to open it up too. He's willing to throw the deep ball. And he can connect on them, right? When we're talking about accuracy of Anthony Richardson and Gardner Minshew, you feel better with Gardner Minshew from an accuracy standpoint. Of course, he doesn't have the arm strength that Anthony Richardson does. It's going to take longer for the ball to get there, which gives the defense more of a chance to be able to make a play. But Gardner will make good decisions. That's one thing he's done throughout his career. He makes good decisions, and I think he'll play well for us in his stead. And again, going into Jacksonville, a revenge game, man, this is going to be a big week again. I think there's going to be a lot of juice from the team in this one. I think we're going to go down there and play Colts football. I think we're going to run the ball. I think we're going to play good defense. I think we're going to be able to do what we did in the second half against the Jaguars for a full 4 quarters. We know what they're going to throw at us. We just played them a few weeks ago. So I think we're going to come into this one ready. I think we're going to try to make a point to not only win this one for Gardner Minshew, but win this one to get off the snide, right? We broke the streak last week of losing to the Titans. We broke the streak last week of losing at home. This week, we need to break the streak of losing to Jacksonville in Jacksonville. Okay, got to beat Jacksonville. First of all, got to beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville. So, knocking a couple more off the list this week is going to be how we continue to propel this thing. And the winner of this game takes control of the AFC South. Will go up a game on everybody in the AFC South. So, this is a big time game. If the playoffs were to start today, right now, Jaguars would be the 4 seed, Colts would be the 5 seed, and they'd be playing each other in Jacksonville. So, everything lines up. This is going to be a massive game. This is going to tell us a lot about what we're going to see from the Colts going forward. But this team's been fighting, man. This team fights like teams we haven't seen in the past. Okay. And this team has a lot of the same guys that have been on it in past years. So, really excited about this upcoming week. Really excited to have Gardner Minshew being the starting quarterback. Wish we had AR, but totally down with Gardner, no matter who we bring in as a backup to him. So, that said, there are a lot of returning viewers on this channel. As you can see in the graph here, purple line marks the returning viewers, the number of people that come back to watch the videos. If you're one of those people and you're not subscribed, as 77% of the people that watch these videos aren't, then please hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 1,000, a huge milestone here on YouTube. So please help me get there. I appreciate you stopping by for the video. As soon as there's an update on the quarterback situation, Anthony Richardson, I'll get a video to you guys as soon as I possibly can. So again, hit that notification button. Make sure you're subscribed. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.